All right, so we have arrived at D&M Plastics. So when you're building an RV, you need to put gray water and freshwater tanks inside your tiny house. And those need to be rated for an RV. Thankfully, we've got D&M Plastics as one of our proud sponsors, and they've actually made us some tanks. So we're gonna go inside, we're gonna meet them. I've yet to actually meet them in person, check out their facility and pick up our tanks. All right, let's head on in. Hey there, Mark. How you doing?
Kenton, good. I'm good.
It's nice to finally meet you.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to come in and check you guys' facility out. Are you down for us to do a tour today and actually see how it's all made?
We can sure do that, yeah. My name's Mark Nicholas. I'm owner, president here at D&M Plastics. We mold primarily with polyethylene, and we do a lot of recreation vehicle tanks, which is what you're picking up today. I guess step number one is our feedstock. Our polyethylene material that we receive it's referred to as resin, and we receive it in a powdered format. It's very much like the consistency of sugar. So this tub has been weighed specifically for a mold, which we identify on the tub at our weigh station. From there, we take it up to the mold and pour the powder into the steel mold. Once the powder's been placed in the mold, we put the cover back on and close it up. So this arm will travel into the oven cavity now. Once it's inside, it'll start rotation. The furnace would be heating the oven cavity right now. The polyethylene is just tumbling inside the empty cavity, the mold. And as it heats, the thermal value transfers through the steel into the polyethylene particles that you've seen. They begin to adhere to the interiors of the mold, and every successive rotation lays another layer of particles into the molten lining that's occurring inside the mold. We're seeing the mold on the arm inside the cooling chamber, and there are some large high velocity fans at work. But once the arm exits from the cooling chamber, it comes out to our load reload station here, and it'll be serviced. We'll remove the product out of the mold, which will be fully formed, of course, and recharge the mold. Then we'll move that tank on to the next stitch. We'll set up our tanks here, mark them out according to the customer's blueprint, and then we will proceed to install these thread bushings. So to install this fitting, we will drill a pilot hole for the back side of this bushing. And then let's go look at the freshwater tank that we have ready for you. You folks have specified 1.25 inch fill port, a clean out to be able to access the tank later on to inspect it, do any major cleaning that might have to be required inside of it. So we got all your tanks ready to go here, your 2 waste tanks and fresh water, and let's go see if we can fit them in your vehicle. Really, I'm amazed that it fits in here. Look at that.
Mark, I want to say thank you. I'm really excited to feature your guys' products inside this house, but I also really appreciated you taking me around. As a teacher, I love learning, and it's so fascinating to see the quality work that you guys are doing here at D&M Plastics.
Well, it's perfect. I appreciate the opportunity, and we're happy to help out with something that's you know, unique to our industry, and I hope you have a great journey and a successful outcome.
And we'll invite you back on the show later on. I'd love to have you over when the house is all wrapping up and you can see how all this went together.
Yeah, I'd be more than happy to trip up there and have a look at it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I gave you a little bump.
COVID bump.
You take care.
Yeah, you too.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Tiny House Master Plan. It was a pleasure to visit Mark and D&M Plastics and see their custom process for making tanks. If you have any custom tank needs, you know who to contact. Now, if you liked this whole video, be sure to like it and subscribe. It's actually partly how you win this house. We're giving it away afterwards. So 2 things you gotta do to win the house. First is to subscribe here on YouTube. Second is to go to the contest page on the website. And yeah, at the end of this whole process, this house is going away to a lucky winner. So make sure to stick along for the ride as we continue to use amazing products and companies to build this state-of-the-art tiny house, take it on a tour across Canada, and then give it away. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next episode of the Tiny House Master Plan.